Obviously, we have not been able to see you go through an entire practice, but we've got to continue to ask you the same thing. How do you feel?
Yeah, I think it's feeling better and better every day. Moving in the right direction. So practice a little bit yesterday, practice a little bit more today. So just kind of trying to keep adding on tomorrow. Kind of try to go through a full practice and see how it feels. But I'd say it's feeling better and better every day.
A strengthening process, fluidity.
Yeah, I mean, if I haven't played and it's going on 4 weeks now, so my first like full day, kind of this is the most I've done. So going out there, seeing how it feels, do different movements. Overall, I feel like it was okay.
What's the process been like for you? Because you played last year. You're not used to this.
Yeah, I mean, just taking it day to day. It's one of those injuries that it might take a little bit longer than I'd hope, obviously, but just taking it day to day and not stressing over too much.
Was there any level of frustration?
Say it again.
How tough are Sundays for you? Just
Yeah, I mean, like you said, like I played, every game last year. It's tough to be on the sideline, but you know, having teammates that we trust in, and I feel like they can go out and do the job. So that's a relief. Feeling like there are other guys that can step up and take on the role for sure.
What do you think about what Alante did last week, stepping in?
Yeah, I mean, I think he came in and played great, but that's no surprise. We've all seen him, what he can do. I've seen it as soon as he came in, and anytime y'all ask me a question, it's only great things about Alante. I feel like he's a great corner. I feel like he's a starting corner in this league, and that just speaks to our depth, the amount of ability we have in our defensive back room.
What has it been like, or have you learned anything interesting about this defense, just having to watch it all the time instead of being on the field in it?
Not too much. I feel like, I mean, just being from the outside looking in, it's a little different on Sundays being a spectator, but I wouldn't say I learned anything differently from watching it and playing it.
And what would be your assessment, I guess, from week 1 to week 2? I mean, statistically, it looked like a lot better game.
Yeah, I mean, first game of the season, there's always some kinks and stuff you have to work out. So just coming back, kind of focusing on what we had to focus on from game 1 and then trying to apply that to game 2.
has this injury just been, I guess, frustrating for you in the sense that like maybe you felt like you could go or maybe play, it's held you back when you tried to do something? How has that level of frustration been?
Uh, I mean, it's obviously frustrating not being able to play on Sundays, but at the same time, it's an injury, and that's part of playing football. It's 100% injury risk, so injuries are going to happen, and just trying to take it day to day and make sure you can bounce back when they do happen.
Are you normally a patient person to work through this? If you can hear me through the glass.
Yeah, I try to be. Yeah, I try not to dwell too much, right? Okay, this is what I have to do. Cool, let's do it. And let's, try to be better from it.
Was it I mean, ankles often are non-contact injuries. Was it?
Yeah, it was a non-contact. Yeah, so just kind of rolled up.
And it's like a high sprain, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are tough. Have you ever had one of those before?
Nope. First time.
Anything stands out to you just in studying Carolina's receiver core?
Good receiving core, right? Brought most of the same guys from last year. I think they got a couple of new guys, but DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, guys that I played against last year. So definitely guys you got to prepare for, and they can challenge you for sure.
And would you prepare for them differently because there's a different guy throwing, or do you think it's not really that big of a?
I mean, yeah, I mean that changes a little bit, right, as far as the quarterback, but me just kind of focusing on the receivers, their releases, trying to get into the tendencies, plays they like to call in certain situations, and it kind of all goes together for sure.